Folks, welcome back. My name is Rudy. You're watching Timmy's Basement Cardboard Empire. Today I'm going to give you guys an update here. We are finally catching back up and getting back to normal. So expect the video schedule to increase. And we're going to be bringing back the box opening videos in about another 7 to 10 days here once we get the warehouse restructured to handle the higher volume of magic demand and get everything up and running. So, folks, now I got your attention. Important things. Number one, the rumors on the internet are true. I've raised prices. I'm going to get it front and center. I'm not going to dance around it. We're not going to bamboozle. We're not going to do some weird, creepy thing. We may do that part. I've raised the prices of the last few draft boxes from 91 all the way up to, I hope you're sitting down, Buttercup, to 93. So we've increased prices by $2. Now, this doesn't really affect much on draft boxes because, well, I mean, $93 Ixalan, I'm sorry, instead of $130 off market price, well, your discount to market as a patron, you only get $120 off market price. Is that bad? It's fucking terrible. Don't buy it. So, in the next 30, 45 days, it's gone anyways. Wildsville Drain is already gone. Next, play boxes. The rumors on the internet are true. I have raised prices on play boxes. The 116 shipped. We've skyrocketed the price of this all the way to 118 shipped. So I increased by $2. Pretty much, I've been watching this in the last 7 days, and with the USPS rate increase on shipping and logistics, I was going to raise it $1 a box, but then I was looking at it, and then USPS does like 2 to 3 rate increases a year, and I don't like every few months having to raise price or change things, so I said, you know what, F it, let's just raise $2, so then we have clear sailing for the whole year, we're good to go, we don't have to change anything and surprise anybody with any of these things. So, front and center, want to get that in the open. So moving forward, if you want a case of Dustmorn, if you want Bloomborough, Foundations, Outlaw Thunder Junction, the new Rudy ripoff price, hashtag Rudy ripoff below, that's how I know you're listening, is now $116. We've raised prices by $2 to $118. So yes, most play boxes right now are on TCG Player for maybe $130, $140 plus tax. So again, you're only getting probably $25 off market price a box. So on the good sets, you're saving $150. The bad sets, you save maybe $100. So your discount as a patron every month is only going to be about just over $100 instead of $160 or something. Whatever. Deal with it. I'm sorry. On that news, I expect you guys to have I should have some nice collateral damage by the time you're watching this video. I expect to shed I'll probably shed 50 to 100 patrons just on this news. So if you do want to be a Rudy patron, the longest running Patreon, decade-old original person who invented it, I'm sure I'm going to have slots open on Patreon because I expect to shed almost 100 patrons on this news because there'll be people that'll be very angry and tell me to F off and all that. So, in friendly reminder, I am not Netflix. I am not Amazon. When you want to watch the new season of Squid Games, my Patreon, you cannot sign up. You cannot close your account. You cannot reopen it when you want to buy the new Final Fantasy. You cannot close it and reopen it when you want the new Pokemon Journey Together. My system is I have the strictest system on the internet in the card world. Everybody gets one fair and equal chance. Everybody's treated equally. Except you. I don't trust you. And my ex. She's shady. Everybody gets a fair and equal chance. Once you close your account, within 24 hours, the system does a scan, and it blocks it out, locks it, and bans you for life. All these rumors on the internet that I engage in that practice, they are true. If anyone tells you otherwise, no. It's a harsh, F you kind of system. It's very strict, and if I don't do that, people will take advantage of the system. And before I had these systems in place, I pulled history and pulled records back in 2018, 19, 20. I found patron accounts that open and close their accounts 4 times, 6 times. I even found patrons that were opening and closing their accounts 10 to 15 times in a couple year period to literally buy a new product, disappear 3 months, and it was a fucking shit show. So that's it. What can you expect? So those are the new prices on that. I expect to lose patrons. Box opening videos are coming back. Coming up, we have obviously the street racing set, Aether Drift. I've told you all, most stores under-ordered this. There's like a frenzy now for collector boxes. Like I told you all, I'm sorry, but the days of me offering 24 collector boxes to each patron, the supply, Wizards is too strict on the quantity. It will be limit 2 boxes for patrons, and whatever TCG Player is, times 2 boxes plus tax, we'll take off 30, 40 bucks, and whatever that's that. Move on. And past that, it's going to sell out. If you want it, that's great. If you don't, well, I'll actually be able to start getting positions in clay. It's been frustrating. The last 3 collector box sets, Dustmorn, Foundation, and even Innistrad, it's the first time in the history since 2020 collector box were invented. I don't even have a position. I have like literally like 2 loose boxes or something for a video. You know, I'm hoping something changes, but it just looks like that is the era we're in right now. So, Aether stuff is coming up. Yes, Aether Drift play boxes have less booster packs. The price is slightly lower than the previous play boxes. So, while Rudy sells play boxes for $118, Aether Drift boxes have less packs. Most likely, I know everyone's wound up blowing me up on email right now because Aether Drift is like $105 plus tax and TCG player. No, you should not buy that. My price will be substantial. $105 plus tax is going to be like $112 shipped for an Aether Drift play box. I should be able to have the price probably around maybe $98, $99, maybe $100 shipped a box. Worst case, maybe $101 shipped. So again, once we get that up and running and on board, that'll be the permanent price. And hopefully once we establish that, that'll be the new play box price for all play boxes moving forward. And yes, I pay your PayPal fees. Yes, I pay your shipping. No, do not email me your zip code. Do not ask me how much it costs. No. There's no hidden fees. I don't have a flashy website. I'm old school. I'm an old fart. 3 tether balls. That's the price. Put a note. That's it. No fancy shit, okay? Moving forward. Now, after this, the Commander sets. Aether Drift Commander is coming up too on the sale. Also coming up, we have Aether Drift the Finish Line bundles, which is a really high demand part of the Magic thing. I think those things are like 110 plus tax and TCG player. I don't know the quantities yet, but I've been hearing it's going to be pretty tightly allocated. So I'm going to try to run a sale. I don't have numbers on that yet, so I'm sorry. After that, I will be having some more Pokemon sales. Do the demand of you guys asking. We're going to do another Scarlet Violet booster box variety kit. Maybe we'll pick like SVO 1, 2, or maybe we'll do like 1, 3, 5, 7. Well, I don't know. We'll pick 3 or 4 random boxes, make a variety kit again, just like we did last month and 2 months before that. We add up the prices, we add up all of them together, put the shipping and tax, and then chop off like a flat $50 savings to buy a bundle. We'll do some stupid thing like that. Some people will love it, they'll buy it, they'll do well long term. Other people will say, oh, it's not big enough discount, and they'll cry, close their account, tell me to F myself, which I do every Wednesday. Oh, it's the weekend. Oh, it's gonna 3 days away from Wednesday. Then after that, okay. Flesh and Blood. You guys are asking me, I'm sorry, I cannot get any more of the Hunted. I asked LSS, contacted distribution. They have some loose stragglers, like a case or 2 here and there. I cannot get additional pallets of that kind of volume of the new Hunted. So if you want to buy it, you have to buy it from someone else. The promos, the kit that we ran, that we sold a week or 2 ago, the orders are all shipping. You're probably going to watch on the weekend, which means probably we just shipped out the final batch of the orders. So your tracking should update in sometime in the next 72 hours if USPS decides to scan packages this time. So I don't know what's going on. I don't have inside information on that. My theory is it feels either A, the demand is slightly higher on the Hunted for the new Fab set, or B, the company reduced print runs a little bit further. I don't know where the equilibrium is. Or C, some of the supply, the print run's the same, it's a good size, but a lot of the supply was rerouted outside the US to other countries, other sections of the world. Because yes, I know, contrary to popular belief, there actually is other countries and the world does exist outside the United States. I know that's a weird concept to us Americans, because I'm like, really? Is there anything outside the US? I thought the government says everything else is evil, right? Wait, there's more of a world? So, if you want the Hunted, I'm sorry. I don't have any more for sale. It's not what I expected to say. There's not going to be a Wave 2 sale. And I know a lot of you guys, I got a couple hundred people on a wait list, and you guys are not going to be happy to hear that. Which means the promo cards, the 700 promo cards, that's what's out there. Go on eBay. Some of my old promo cards are on eBay for $20, $30. Some are $50, some are $100, some are $300, $400, $500, $600. You know, depending on what it is, the market will set its own price. And sorry guys, there will not be another Hunted Flesh and Blood sale. And I know that's not what you guys expected me to hear. Now, back to Pokemon. Pokemon Journey Together is next month. I will be selling Journey Together, so please stop asking. I sell every Pokemon release for the last 10 years at release. It's the same thing. Nothing's changed. Now, what is different, unlike 3 years ago when I was selling 4 cases of Lost Origins for $95 a box kind of thing for my volume patrons, the demand remains extremely elevated and does not feel like Pokemon demand is going to subside anytime soon. Therefore, Journey Together, the quantity and restriction is going to be probably 2 boxes, 3 boxes, or 4 boxes, or we may just have to cut to 2. I've been hearing disgusting rumors about so many people are pre-ordering Pokemon that store allocations are going to be worse. I can't confirm or deny that because I don't have my numbers. I don't know yet. Now, me being in like the top 1-2% of buyers of Hasbro Magic and Pokemon and everything in the United States, my allocations are usually in the top 1 to 5 percentile. Therefore, if the average store gets X amount of boxes, mine should be at the top of the ladder. So I'll report back and let you guys know as we get closer. It'll probably take 2-3 weeks, probably the end of February till I get journeyed together information. There are rumors swirling, but use caution because I don't know how accurate or how false these rumors are. What I do know is those of you waiting for these major reprints to buy Surging Sparks, to buy Prismatic, to buy Blooming, to buy anything. Again, these restocks and reprints, I don't think they're reprints. I think they're just restocks, the distribution. They are useless. Okay? Distribution across the board is essentially jack price is so high, I've declined any quantity of any Pokemon from all distributors. The prices of like Surging Sparks or Prismatic restocks or any of these, or 151, I guess you could say, is so abysmal. Like, I'm just not even going to deal with it. It's the worst I've ever seen in the decade I've been doing this on YouTube with distribution, with warehouses, with stores, with basements, with tacos. It's the worst markup. I'm telling you right now, you cannot have a price crash reset if the little bit of dripped out supply is marked up so high at wholesale. Stores have to pay, literally, it's like saying, oh, Surging Sparks is what? Oh, really? I thought Surging Sparks dropped. The last Patreon message I got a week ago when he told me to F off and close the account because my bundle had Surging Sparks at 240s. Oh, I thought Surging Sparks, somebody told me it tanked to 230. Now it's back to 250. Oh, now it's 260. It's all-time high. Can't keep up with this stuff, man. I will tell you the same thing I've told everybody. Buying today is tomorrow's discount in a bull market. That phrase will hold up and be your best friend as long as this market cycle continues. The average bull market cycle in Pokemon and Magic lasts 1 to 3 years. Now, there's always black swans and exceptions where you can go 5-10 years. There's always exceptions where literally next month everything can start crashing. The average, most likely scenario is a 1 to 3 year run. Pokemon is about 6 to 9 months in this bull market. Data shows the highest probability of the bell curve, the biggest chunk of the nice curve, what are we talking about? Is most likely saying we have 2 more years of a bull market. In the worst case scenario, 1 year, best case 3 years. Therefore, I do not see a major crash or downturn in these Pokemon products because any new supply to cool off the market is so inflated, it literally is like a safety net to prevent anything from going down. Like, people are literally flipping prismatic ETBs all over the country from Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco. Literally Walmart's, Target's, Jeff Bezos on his rocket. Everybody's flipping them. Okay? And even with everybody going to stores and fighting and buying prismatic ETBs at 60 at your Target, if you can grab one little thing, plus tax, paying 70. Even with people doing that, the price of went from prismatic ETBs hit all-time high of 155 plus tax on TCG Player, 170. Whoa. And now it's 110 plus tax. So we're 120. Okay? I mean, that's the downward pressure. That's it. Because over the next 30, 60 days, as these flippers and things get flushed out, it's going to climb right back. It is not dropping nearly as much as everybody thought it would. Even I was afraid that we were going to have major price swings. To see people paying 110 plus tax, 120 for an ETB, and that's the drop? That's the drop? Like, the demand is too high, and distributions raise the price the highest. I've never seen it that extreme before, ever. In all my years, I've never seen Pokemon at the wholesale store level nationwide marked at the levels it is. And at that kind of net and rising and pushing that bar that high, we cannot have a downward reset. Because it's almost like they're holding it up and they're preventing it. So, with all this being said, with Journey Together coming up in like 30, 40 days, I will be running the booster box sale, just like I did with Surging Sparks. I think Surging Sparks, what was Surging Sparks, what I sell? No, I fucking forgot. $138 a box for Surging Sparks. I offered patrons, you can get 2 boxes, or you can get almost like 4 boxes, almost a case. It was $138 a box. I got a lot of pushback. People got angry. I don't really care. So that's where it's at. If you want to buy it, that's great. If you want to skip it because you're angry and you're quitting Pokemon, gift bag on the way out. I'll see you next Monday on when the market opens. Now, Blooming Waters, prismatic accessories, ancillary items. To my surprise, I'm actually getting a couple cases of Blooming Waters. Not very many. Now, I'm not certain how bulky. I haven't handled these things. People said they're really big, and I don't know if I can really ship them. I don't know if I'm just do some box openings with them. I don't know yet. But I'm trying to build like an ancillary sale item for you guys where I'm going to have the prismatic mystery tins. No, the tins, the mystery boxes. I don't know, a poster pack or bundle, some 3-pack. I don't know. I'm trying to take a variety. I'm going to try to make like 50 or 100 kits to run a sale. I don't even know if I'm going to have the volume or the quantity of products to do that, but I'm going to try. Next up, moving on from Pokemon. Weiss. Weiss has been getting hotter and crazier recently, okay? Weiss seems to be transitioning to more premium boxes lately. And people really like these premium boxes. They're cheaper, their cards are beautiful and flashy, and the print runs are very tight. Coming up, we have Blue Archive and Weiss. Going to be a huge success, I already know. Then, there was another one I forgot the name of, I'm sorry, don't bamboozle me. No, stop asking me. The Weiss set with Marvel is not available in the United States. The licensing banned it from the United States, even though it's in English. So I cannot get that product in the US, mostly because, well, Magic and Disney Lorcana and other IPs that conflict. So please don't ask. We don't have access to the product. That also means we're about 45 days away from Nikki. If you know, you know. If you're any form into this card world, it is going to be the most insane Weiss release in a very, very long time. I almost want to say, a patron the other day messaged me and said there was a couple sellers on eBay or TCG Player selling cases of Nikki, and it came out to be like $45, $50, or $55 a box. If you can find a store or a seller that's going to sell you a case of Nikki Weiss boxes for anything under $60, $70 a box, if you're a patron of me, don't rely on me. You need to buy from multiple sources. The Nikki Weiss set is going to be insane. If you thought Azure Lane and Hololive and some of these other big hits were good, this is another playground. I'm warning you all for the last few weeks, and I'll warn you as we approach. Even if you're a Rudy patron, I'm going to run the sale, but I'm telling you right now, I'm trying to get as much as I can of it, but I'm warning you in advance. If you find stores that don't know what the hell they're doing, lock it in, take their product at a cheap price, and don't say anything. It's their job to do the research. Okay, moving on from Weiss and Pokemon. You guys have been asking me, Rudy, you haven't mentioned Sorcery. What the fuck is going on with Sorcery? Are they dead? Are they alive? So, Sorcery. Still love Sorcery. They're making their next set. The one set a year thing is definitely starting to show some of the concerns on the market. We're seeing substantial amounts of commentary from other YouTubers, from patrons, and people messaging me talking about, wow, this waiting this long between sets with no news from the company, no specialty things, this is really, they'll show us a piece of art or little things, but it's really starting to show the downside of having no releases or nothing happening with the game for almost a year at a time. Rudy, what's your opinion? Well, my opinion is, what's happening is you have a combination of events. We're in the lull where there's no Sorcery news, there's no major release, there's nothing happening, and we have a long runway till Sorcery makes another set. Now, level 2 here, we have stores, and you guys are still messaging me out there, and I have bought Arthurian Legend boxes from some of you guys messaged from the stores out there. You are messaging me. Some of you guys are really pissed off at Sorcery. Some of you guys are really pissed off at Eric and Simon. Some of you guys are really pissed off at the market as a whole. Because then some people are just like, F that, the map pricing, the map is, then it's back to the map conversation. The point is, you have a situation where Sorcery is in between major releases. So we're in that quiet period, okay? On top of that, clearly, the market believes, and stores believe, Arthurian Legends was overprinted. And then other stores believe that the continuing printing of the same beta set 3 or 4 times, or whatever the number is There's a lot of stores and a lot of people that are just pissed off by it. And they're sending me messages, they're posting on social media, they're making YouTube videos, and that's what's going on with it. As of filming this video, Sorcery Ethereum Legend boxes are at a new low of, on TCG Player, 91 a box, plus tax. So the problem is the sell-through rate is extraordinarily low, and the amount of sellers listing is still pretty high. Now, I don't know if all of the Ethereum Legends hit the market. They don't give me any of the information. I don't know the print run size. I don't know if there's more waves. I have no idea. So if you're asking me, I'm trying to get information like you all, but the company does not want to disclose that, as most companies don't. So I don't know if all the product is there. I don't know if they're like, yikes, let's hold back, things aren't good. I have no idea what's going on, okay? The market believes that the company overprinted it and the prices are dropping and people are throwing a tantrum. That's what the market believes right now. Now, we won't know if the market's right or wrong for another probably, it may be 1 to 6 months, folks. Honestly, not even 1, maybe 3 to 6 months. It's going to take time to find out where the supply and demand curve stands. All we know is, yes, they ramped it up for the second sets, and a lot of people who are the collectors and investors and really want to collect all the sets and the actual foil versions, and there's a lot of turbulence in it. I have been able to buy more cases of Ethereum Legends from multiple stores, and that leads me to what I'm getting at in a minute here, which is, yes, and probably another 3 weeks from now, maybe a month, we are going to run another Ethereum Legends sale from the product I was able to get. And so essentially, I don't have the exact details yet, but essentially when you buy 3 boxes or a case of 6 or whatever it is, I'm going to have like graded alpha cards and then also some graded sample cards of Sorcery that we're going to include with the order so you can get some Ethereum Legends. And if you missed out on the Kickstarter alpha stuff, or you've never seen a Sorcery sample card, which are extremely rare and extremely expensive. I mean, I think even a bad sample card is maybe over $100. And the good one, I mean, I think the average is $200 to $300 a card, and they go up to the thousands for a sample card. So we're grading a nice batch of sample cards, and we have a bunch of alpha cards being graded. So depending on your order size and everything, we're going to mix in some sample with the alpha cards and kind of run a little Ethereum Legends sale. So the good news is, well, if you're a patron, the prices have dropped so much. Well, I mean, you can't sell at MSRP. I don't know what map is on Sorcery. Is it like 100? 110? I don't know what it is. But, you know, the market's obliterated it, and stores are trying to unload it. I don't know what distributors have, and that's all the news. So you're caught up in that. We'll make a follow-up video when there's news to report on. That's all that's going on with that. So that's the Sorcery thing coming in. So, swinging back around to the beginning. Conclusion, what does all this mean? So I told you all at the beginning, I expect to lose 50 to 100 patrons. It's the first of the month watching this video because I'm raising prices by $2. I told you all, this is due to shipping logistics. The problem is I'm in Florida, and like 60% of you all watching my videos and who buy from me on Patreon, 60% of you all are on the West Coast. I need an Alpha Investments West Coast division. I'm in Florida. And the farthest zone away from me on the zip code and the map of shipping is California, Washington State, and even Nevada and, you know, Arizona, Oregon, that whole area. Like over half of my business goes to that end of the country outside of Florida. And the problem is that is the most expensive shipping cost. And with the record demand, you guys need to be patient with me. I have about 2 to 3 weeks right now. I am restructuring the warehouse. I am redesigning the setup to process and handle more orders, okay? The volume of magic and the volume of everything happening right now is just unlike anything I've ever experienced in the decade I've been on YouTube and as in one of the original Patreon accounts right after Patreon launched their company. And I've never experienced this volume before, okay? It's unprecedented. I have no data. I wasn't prepared for it. And I genuinely thought going into the new year and the holidays over and, you know, Amazon Black Fridays and the Trump election, I thought all this stuff being over with, I thought things would level out. And they're not. Not even close. And the card world being led by Magic and Pokemon is just so extraordinarily powerful. Even if we have a slowdown or a shift, it's still not even going to be anywhere near lows or anything near normal. We would have to drop 30-40% right now for me to even go back to the normal volume that I was doing the last 2 years. Like it's just, so bear with me for a few weeks. If all my orders and everything is going to take a little bit longer to ship. Usually I'm pretty on top of things by a day or two to get products shipped and emails, tracking numbers, but it's just the volume is so high. We're going 24/7, literally till 1 a.m. every night, processing orders, customer service. I'm responding to all the patrons. That's me doing it. There's no one else here except Bearscape, Sarah Angel, and my Beanie Baby collection and my Funko Pop collection. Where's my Funko? My Funko Pop collection over here. Rest in peace. That's in memory of Cynthia Williams. Remember, she's at Funko Pop now. So just bear with me, everybody. So it's going to take a few weeks to get it where I can kind of get everything organized, get larger inventory build levels. I need to move from having X amount of product. I need to keep like 2,000-3,000 boxes of every Magic set as an inventory build level to prevent running out and having delays and issues. I've just never seen anything like this. So thank you for your patience. That's why we've seen less videos. That's why the box openings have been on hold. Last but not least, you guys always want me to cover updates with PCG. So Premier Card Grading, Florida, USA division. Yes, I own 69% of the whole operation over here. It's been extraordinarily busy. Yes, we have just prepared and just got the new Player Slabs thin technology, the wireless chip, and everything has been programmed. It's up and running. We haven't done a major launch or anything on it, but technically for a few of you who want to test it out and send a few cards in, when you add cards to the shopping cart on premiercardgrading.com, you can choose standard slab, player slab, or the new thin, depending on what kind of. So we're expanding more, and the feedback, everybody's been blowing me up asking, but we're not ready to kind of do big promotions. But for those of you who want to test it out, we are in the process of revamping and doing it, but we are using that service. We have just started it, and bear with us because, again, we are just really, really busy, and we're expanding some of that also. We're kind of expanding the operation with the actual laser machine and engraving, the encapsulation, the system. I think what's happened with that is it's a combination. I've noticed that the more people in the last, because again, we've only been doing this for a year over here that we've taken over from Channel Fireball. Remember that, folks. So I've noticed that when people use the service, our return rate, people usually send like 1 or 2 cards, and then like a couple months later, then it's like a 20-30 card order. And I'm like, oh, the system recognizes a repeat customer. So I'm noticing as that's been happening, it's been slowly climbing on the repeat orders and the volume of business with PCG. On top of that, every time we have these scandals, because these dumbasses in CGC or Beckett, because is the guy still in jail? The head guy? Whatever. Every time Beckett, these companies do these missteps or they're cocky or they're just so big, I notice we see people seem to, let's try out PCG. Let's see if Rudy's bamboozling. And that kind of leads people to trying us out, and it leads to more and more record-breaking numbers for us. So again, we're trying to do a slow growth 5-year thing. And again, we've only done one full year and maybe a month or something. So to even be doing, a couple thousand cards now at a shot. I mean, I think last month, December, January was, or I guess this is beginning of February. So I guess December and the beginning of January was the busiest, it's the most we've never done. I don't know how many, 3,000, 4,000 cards, and literally it was like a week, 2-week period. Like we've never had that much volume in that short of a time. Like literally, we're trying to start off slow. Where originally we started a couple hundred cards a month. Oh, 1,000 cards a month. Oh, 2,000 cards. Wait, 3,000. Wait, 4,000. Wait, and I'm like, I'm trying to keep it. I don't want it to go parabolic. I want a nice, slow. It takes time to do this stuff. You got to be patient and try to do the right way and just try not to screw up. Because we're all human. There's going to be accidents, and we got to just try to do the best we can. So that's what's going on with that. Yes, the promotions we did with PCG and the holidays and everything with the free booster boxes was a massive success. So again, when we get caught up and everything, we launch the player slab and the new thin and everything, we'll have some fun promotions in the coming months and all that. But be patient. Like I said, there's just a lot of moving components right now. A lot of growing pains happening. The card world is booming. PCG is at record number of cards being slabbed and graded. Everything is at levels that I'm happy to see the success, but it makes me nervous because you don't want to lose control of it. You don't want to get, 20,000 cards in PCG in a few weeks and you get behind and order times fall. You don't want that. I know some of you going, oh my God, the money. No, you need it to be stable. Sure, you can have a short-term hit and make free tendies or money, but you need the long-term growth. That's where the real wealth is, not getting a nice hit in the arm. So that's it. Holy cow, that's a lot of news. Summary. Magic's crazy. Play boxes 118 shipped. Aether drift boxes are still going to be way cheaper than that. I'm trying for like 98, 99 shipped for an Aether moving forward play boxes. Keep it under 100. Super cheap. On top of that, the Pokemon thing is not letting off. And side note, I guess one last thing before we end the video. We are testing some Yu-Gi-Oh sales coming up. We're doing some Yu-Gi-Oh variety kits of Yu-Gi-Oh new releases and older Yu-Gi-Oh sets. Also One Piece. We got a One Piece OP7, OP8. And I am working on getting massive amounts of future One Piece sets for like OP10, 11, 12. Where I can, try to get like 1,000 plus boxes. Or 2,000 boxes at release to really help patron demand and a lot of you guys asking who want to buy like a case of new One Piece instead of 2 boxes. So I am working on that with new One Piece. And I'm working on actually some Yu-Gi-Oh sales to test that out. Holy smokes, that's a lot. I'm exhausted just going, how long was this video? This is supposed to be a short update video. Thanks again for all the support. Appreciate the kind messages. Let's leave it on a final Rudy philosophical thought. I think the summary of all this is, doing this for almost 10 years, I wasn't mentally ready for it this time. The ups and downs, the bear market, I can tell when things are bad, bash this, bash that, evil Rudy, drifter Rudy, scammer. I can handle all that. I've been doing this long enough. It's kind of boring at this point. But I wasn't ready for such an extreme market shift. And I've said to you guys for a while, one of the reasons I feel like this market shift is unlike all the other ones is because nobody was ready for it. Nobody was prepared for this level of market shift. Like nobody expected this to be this extreme, I mean, even if you guys if you're a patron, get bored, go on Patreon and just scroll down and look at like the old Pokemon sales from 2022 when I was selling Lost Origin boxes for $95. And like nobody even cared. Like the amount of patrons and you guys even bought it. And to see Scarlet Violet base, same thing. Or, when you look back at these, even Silver Tempest, nobody was ready. And even, I almost want to say I got lucky, but I don't think this time is really luck like the Pokemon Rudy bathroom. I think this time around, I thought the down cycle was going to last for a long time. Which it did, don't get me wrong, 12 to 20 months. The actual 20 months for Magic and like 14 months for Pokemon or whatever. It was hefty. Stores failed and inventory and distributors but I don't think anybody expected this potent turn. It was probably the fastest shift on a market I think we probably ever experienced. And I think that rate of change, that velocity of the turn, the G-force of that turn was so intense. I think that's what really is causing the issues. And even I wasn't ready for it. Like my inventory build levels and servicing you guys with patrons and getting you guys cheap Magic boxes and everything. Like even I wasn't ready for this level. Like I'm like, I keep a pallet of each thing and as patrons buy it, we draw down and pallet gets low, we get another pallet. I never in a million years thought I'd be at February 1st telling you guys in a video saying, bear with me because my orders are taking an extra couple days to ship because literally keeping a pallet of 700 boxes of Duskmorn isn't even enough boxes of a standard play box. That's not even enough inventory to keep orders flowing smoothly. Like if you had told me that a year ago, I would have laughed at you and called you a bamboozler. And now I'm sitting here thinking, okay, no, we got to have 2 to 3 pallets. We need a 2,000 box build level of all times, of all inventory. And when any set hits under 1,000 boxes, we order more pallets. Like I never saw that coming. And for me to be that wrong and that off on it, it reinforces what I tell you all. Don't beat yourself up because you missed Evolving Skies. Don't beat yourself up because you missed Lord of the Rings holiday boxes at $1,500. You have to remember, I'm just so entrenched in this stuff. When these things change and I get stuck with things, I reap certain windfalls because of what I've built over the last 20 years, but I didn't get these things right. Okay? So when people talk about these legends, And the story of, oh, you heard about that YouTube guy Rudy with that Pokemon bathroom? These legends that are born. And oh yeah, Lord of the Rings holiday special box. Look out for those. Oh yeah, that's the one that Rudy Florida man. He's the one with all the boxes. There's like none of them. You have to remember, like, all these legendary stories of these type of products, I never made a video on. I didn't tell you all this was going to happen. These are all things that just happened that even I didn't predict. And this market turn was the most aggressive we've ever seen. And I think because of that is why we're seeing things that are just insane. I mean, I've been telling you guys all along, even now, the opportunity for COVID era stuff. I'm telling you guys, I've said it now for the last year. The whole, like, Strixhaven, Adventures Forgotten Realm, Infinity, Baldur's Gate, and I know, laugh all you want. Mark the Machine, Aftermath, the collector boxes, even draft boxes of Baldur's Gate, and collector boxes, Crimson, Midnight, these absolute, was the worst toxic thing from Cynthia Williams over at Funko now. Like, all of these things. Adventures Forgotten Realm boxes, 200. Infinity, over 200. Baldur's Gate, all-time high since release, 230, 240 for collect. Like, these things are wild. And the money that was moved and sloshed is unlike anything I've ever seen in my 20 years doing cardboard. And I'm telling you this with this kind of framework because if a guy like me, whose entire life is these cards, and it shocks me at the level I'm surprised, don't get mad at yourself when you miss a product or you see these swings. And there's no way. Don't get mad at yourself. When you go to a local store, don't get mad at the employee or owner because the price is higher than you want. These markets are unpredictable. Like I just told you guys, it's important to take emotion out, keep a level head. Because in many moments of these things, I can make a video, you can watch another video, you can walk into an LGS, you're going to see things or prices that's going to make you unhappy, and you're going to have that knee-jerk anger, emotional outlash. And maybe you run out of the LGS. Maybe you close your account with Rudy and tell him to F off. Or maybe you get angry at a distributor. Maybe you get angry at a TCG player seller. It's all the same principle. These markets can be aggressive. They will test you. They will test your emotions. And, my whole life is this. And I can tell you all, for someone's whole life's been doing this, it's a wild ride, man. It's a wild ride. And even now, the one thing I can tell you, we haven't seen anything yet. And there's still tremendous opportunity in some of these products. And I mean, that whole era of collector boxes is Kamigawa, Streets, Brothers War, March of the Machine, Phyrexia, all these things. Remember, folks, these things are cheap. They were dumped. People aren't hoarding them. And all new collector boxes are $300, $400, $500, $600. And there are older ones that are still 180s, 190s, 200, 220s. Just remember that, okay? Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like this channel, if you help the information, the news I give you helps, and you want to buy something, or if you just want to talk to me and send me a private message, and I'm the only person who replies every night, 2-3 hours a night. It's all I do is patron messages. Consider being a patron because, like I said, I raise prices $2, so I expect to lose 50 to 100 patrons. Other than that, you all have a beautiful day out there. And remember, stay calm. Don't get angry at everybody. Life is short. Enjoy the hobby. Have fun with it. And if you're good at it, and you keep a level head, the money will come, you enjoy the experience, and it will work out. And you should have that attitude when you go to your LGS, friends, family, everybody. And you'll have a better experience. I'm telling you. It's such a simple, cliche, dumb line, but just be respectful and be nice to everybody. And you'll be surprised things work out. I'm telling you. Godspeed, everybody. What a year. Holy smokes, 39 minutes.